Kalle, on a personal note, I remember a meeting, a United Nations meeting, the expert seminar, I've forgotten precisely the title, 1991 in Lahti, and I was there, and you were chairing the whole meeting, and I wrote you a small little piece of paper saying that I'm proud to see a fellow ventilator user on stage up there, that everybody could hear, like now, through this sound system, your ventilator. That fulfilled me with great personal satisfaction. Now, this is a statement, but now comes the question. People looking at us might think that, my God, these poor fellows, they might fall dead any moment. Doesn't that affect your, well, how has it affected your work with people like, say, the World Bank, or government officials, people that are not exposed, not used to seeing disabled people?
That's a difficult question on the other hand, but on the other hand it's a very strong tool. Our disability is a message, it's a statement. And that's why I think it's so important that we who have possibility to travel, that we travel and meet disabled people in different countries, because it's a statement that disabled people can do so many things. And when I started use respirator, that was 71, doctors say, don't use respirator because you will be dependent on that. And I tried to be independent about the respirator, and that was a big mistake in my life because I was feeling bad all the time. But then Maya, my wife, said, Kalle, you are dependent, don't care about that. And then I started to use respirator more, and I didn't listen to doctors anymore, and then I have felt much better. That was first very difficult situation for me. Then next step was to use respirator publicly. Yeah. And that was difficult because I thought that everybody's steering you, but the fact is that people don't care.
Well, they get used to.
People don't care because people are so they only think about themselves. They don't look others so much. And you can do whatever. And I remember once I was in Ireland, I met a British guy who was using respirator. He said to me, Kalle, how you can use respirator public, because I feel so difficult when people are steering me. I said, don't worry, they don't steer you more if even you use respirator, because we look anyway different. And that's fact. In fact, it's our inside our inside problem of people that we are afraid of using respirator, inside problem that we are afraid of our disability, because it doesn't matter at all. Like there are funny happenings in the world. Like one of this could be my biggest achievement during my career was that because of me I was once part of the Finnish delegation in the UN, and because of me they had to put an extra plug to the UN General Assembly Hall.
An extra ramp, or what is it?
Extra plug for my respirator.
Oh, an extra plug, electrical outlet.
Yes,
right.
Extra electric outlet for my respirator, and then there are other statements I think that we can do. Like I make decision when I was elected into Parliament that I will never be carried in. I can only be carried out, but not in. And of course, I go to my friends who have non-accessible houses. But if I never go to the meeting if it's not accessible. And this has been my personal decision. I have followed that in Finland, if the place where the meeting is, I don't go there, whatever important it is. And this kind of personal statements and personal decisions, they have influence. And I don't like that so many disabled people, they don't care. They let themselves to be carried wherever. But if we were outside, then we have more to say.
We have to be visible, sir.
We have to be visible, and we have to make a statement. I remember Green Party had a wait a minute, it was 10 years party in East Finland. And I took train to the city. It was 5 hours train. Then I went to the meeting because I was going to speak there as one one of the people who started the organization and the first chair of the Green Party, and then I went to in front of the meeting place. I saw that it was not accessible.
Oh.
I said, I'm not coming there. Then all my friends, Kalle, we can carry it. Don't be so difficult. I became more angry. I said, more you push me, less I come in. And then I made to the cafeteria and make a statement, and I took the next train to Helsinki. And after that, all the meetings have been accessible. And that's how we had to do it. We had to demonstrate like individually and jointly. And there's certain issues that we should never accept. Of course, we have to live in our society which it's not perfect, but there must be some limits. And of course, everybody do their own limits. And I cannot say, but I'm disappointed every time if I see somebody to be carried.
Kalle, you've achieved so many things in your life, done so many things, tried so many things. What is the accomplishment that you're most proud about?
I think there's two issues which I like very much. They're like my babies. First is threshold, because it has had so much influence. It's a small organization. We have 1,500 members in Finland, and compared to other organizations who are much richer and much more members, we have been really influenced. So we have been in first front to lead the change. And the other which is very important for me is Abilis Foundation, which is it's a foundation who gives money only to disabled grassroots organization in developing countries, and it's a practical work, because most of the other work is very political or advocacy work, but this is so practical work. And I remember when we started Threshold, we didn't have so much money in the beginning, and first budget was like maybe 10 euros in the nowadays money. Next budget was 50 euros. And it was so difficult to get money to activities. So I know how it is difficult to get. So it's nice to have possibility to channel money to the grassroots organization in developing countries, and see how these people are facing the same kind of problem. Because I think that in the end, the major problem we are facing is that we are not accepted as full citizens. We are not accepted as full partners in our own society. So we are isolated and discriminated, and also quite often humiliated in existence. But if we can be in our communities, I'm very optimistic that more we are involved, more we will be accepted. But first, we have to accept ourselves and not be ashamed. I remember when I was ashamed about my disability. I'm sure that quite many other disabled people who are born with a disability have the same experience. It's terrible, I'm disabled. What's wrong with me? But there's nothing wrong with me. Okay, there's something, but they are not disability. Disability is not the wrongness, but there are some other weaknesses we have, but, like all human beings. But in the end, if we can live together, that's why it's important to be against all kind of institutions, all kind of special arrangement, all kind of special education, segregation. Is that the only way to live together is to live together. You cannot study that. And we have to also learn, as disabled, we have to learn to live in an environment which is not ready yet. Because it's not good to wait, because it never happened with change. If we are waiting, the world will be perfect.
Kalle, thank you so much for sharing all this with us.
Thank you. Ha det bra.